Well, with Demon basketball coach Mike McConathy, whose team made it to Memphis and back last weekend, played the 16th ranked team in the country. They're now number 12, by the way. A very competitive ball game for most of the way. And now you turn to some in-state rivals this week, both old rivals, Louisiana Tech on Wednesday night in Ruston and Louisiana College Saturday afternoon home in Prather Coliseum. Coach, first, what did your team get out of the Memphis game Saturday, a 96-76 defeat?
Well, I mean, we did some very nice things, and it would be hard to see that unless you go and watch film and you study it. But some of the problems that we were trying to fix, we did a better job with them. I felt like that we did a great job. Midline defense, in other words, getting the help side the best we possibly can. Did a great job on interior post feeds, something that they've really been good on high-low situations, and we really did a great job of guarding that. We did a better job in defensive transition, but if you watch the game in real time, you wouldn't have thought that. But we actually scored more points on transition, 37 to their 26. But most of theirs were in one stretch in the first half when we just repeatedly either we got a rebound or we turned it over and got out. We only have 13 turnovers. Memphis has 17 turnovers. We make 11 out of the last 13 free throws we shot. So you have to look for those things, the silver lining of the game, because Memphis is the best team we played this year, and they're very impressive with their guards, their interior play of Goodwin and Nichols, who are very good players. Size was a problem interior-wise, because they were 6'9", 6'9", and I mean, when I watched them on tape, I thought Goodwin was about 6'5" and a half, and he was a legitimate 6'9". So there were some positive things. Didn't come away with the win, but we did get up there safely and return safely, so that was a real blessing.
All right, now you'll be going a shorter trip this Wednesday night to go up to Ruston, Louisiana Tech. Let's talk about the basketball aspect of this first. Tech obviously had a very outstanding year last year, went to the NIT. You guys beat the Bulldogs here in Natchitoches. For the fifth straight year, you meet Louisiana Tech, this time in Ruston, where in the two previous trips up there, we've not been successful leaving the gym. What's it going to take Wednesday night in this matchup for Northwestern to walk away happy?
Well, first of all, Louisiana Tech has a very experienced team. They're very good at the guard position. It's really a pretty good matchup for us. But I would say that we're going to have to rebound the ball better, and we're going to have to be on the attack against their press. They do a great job of getting easy buckets out of their press. And Coach White's done a phenomenal job. I mean, he really has his guys playing hard. They dropped a tough game against Louisiana Lafayette, who's a very good team. And they were able to come back and beat Southern, coached by Northwestern graduate Roman Banks, 69-50 on Saturday night. So I'm sure that they've tweaked all the little issues that they maybe had against Lafayette. But it's a game that I believe our kids will be ready to play, and we'll have to just basketball-wise just compete and do the little things to be able to be successful.
The experiences your team's already had this year on the road certainly prepare you for the opportunity to go up there and play at their home court. What are the other challenges the Demons need to overcome to win Wednesday night?
Well, I think we've got to shoot the ball better. We're just not shooting the ball very well, and a lot of it's because we're taking quick early shots. If we're taking a quick early shot out of transition and going to the hole, that's one thing, but when we're just trying to get in our offense, we've got to move the ball from side to side to make some things happen. I think Daquan Hicks has to continue to improve and get better, which I think he's done. I thought Saturday against Memphis he did some nice things. Just continue to work hard. Marvin Frazier was out this week played okay with 6 rebounds but only 2 points in 15 minutes. But he was out of practice on Monday, so I don't know if he'll be ready to go or not. Hopefully he will. We missed Zeke Woodley last week in practice a couple of days, but hopefully he'll be back. We've got to have big games out of those guys that can make buckets. Patrick Robinson performed at the kind of level that we expected him to perform at against Memphis, which is a really positive thing.
For you, it's a return to your alma mater, place where you're in their Hall of Fame. You'll see a lot of friends I know. I know you won't get too caught up in the sentimental journey, but you probably will take a moment to take it all in.
I mean, you reflect on the fact that was 4 really good years of my life. I have a tremendous number of friends. Louisiana Tech has been good to me. and I'm very appreciative of the opportunity I had to go play there for Coach Scotty Robertson and Emmett Hendricks there. And just in general, develop some lifelong friends, as well as the lady that is my assistant head coach now, I guess, and Connie Herman McConathy.
Okay, now Saturday's home game against Louisiana College doesn't carry that kind of impact, but it is another game against a Louisiana and North Louisiana school. I know you enjoy those. Talk about the LC game Saturday from a basketball perspective.
Gene Rushing does a really good job, and LC is a very good school, and they've always been a difficult school when we've played them to compete against, because he really gets his kids to play extremely hard, and they're very, very well coached, and he'll be a handful. And coming off a game on Wednesday and then finals, we're kind of right in the middle of finals. It'll make it a little bit more even difficult for us, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do it. Basketball-wise, he's just going to throw everything at you. He has, because he does such a great job coaching. So it'll be a real challenge to be able to take care of our business against a well-coached team, and a team that is really playing pretty good basketball right now.
All right, basketball-wise, it's one thing, as you said, your team and students at Northwestern are going through final exams right now. Talk about the challenge your players face in trying to manage their time during this important stretch there.
Well, you always have to be ahead of the game, and that's the important thing. Actually, we don't have any finals on Saturday, and so that helps, and we don't have finals until Thursday during the day, so that's a very positive thing. And but it's still at the same, you've got to be preparing yourself to get to that point, which we're very hopeful that they have been doing.
Long road trip home Saturday, 3 movies.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
No Heat. Barry, our bus driver, did a great job of navigating and getting us home. And, it was just a tough trip, but it's kind of interesting. Really and truly, we were only gone for about 30-something hours. That's the weird thing about it, because we left here at like 9:30, and we returned about 10:30 the next day. But fortunately, we played a noon game. That sure would have been a beat a 5:30 or 6:30 a.m. deal.
All right, the movies were Now You See Me, The Great Gatsby, and 42. I know that you don't get to watch every movie from start to finish, but was there a favorite among the 3?
I kind of thought 42 had a great story to it. I was a little bit, it really bothered, but that's the way the time was. It bothered me the way that Jackie Robinson was treated. That was pretty tough. I really took to heart that. I guess maybe I think back the way things were at one point, and there's still struggles. But Now You See Me was pretty interesting because of it just was like a big production.
Not much for The Great Gatsby.
No.
We're here with Lady Demon co-head coach Brooke Stoehr. Coach, you went up to Arkansas on Saturday. You lost, but your team still showed some grit and some toughness. So just talk about what you saw that you liked from your team.
Well, I thought, travel conditions and weather aside, I thought our kids handled that tremendously. They were very flexible. It was something we'd monitored all week and going back and forth with their staff. And I really felt like that they did a great job of just adapting, and they didn't complain. They just continued to go about their business, and hopefully that's the culture we're trying to establish, and I have to commend them for that. We roll up on game day and get off the bus, go do a little walkthrough at the hotel, and have a little pregame, and then go play the game. I thought, for the most part, I thought we defended really well in the first half. We didn't allow a lot of second chance points due to our defensive rebounding. I thought in the second half they really used their physicality to go to the boards and were a little more aggressive and got some second chance points. I believe they had 7 or 8 offensive boards in the second half, and I thought that was a big turning point for them. And we valued the basketball in the first half. 4 turnovers is very, very good, and they don't give up a lot of points. I believe Kansas was the only other team that had scored 53 on them. Everybody else was lower than that. So we felt like there were some things that we could do offensively that would give them some problems. And Coach Collins said after the game, we went zone because you guys are very hard to guard, and that's encouraging. So we've got some bright spots, and we'll continue to clean up some things. And just that level of toughness, we come out of the half get 4 stops in a row, cut it to 8. It's an 8-point game, 8 or 9-point game with about 13 minutes to go, and just kind of had a few moments of mental lapse and mental concentration where we've got to be tougher, and we'll get there.
Trudy Armstead had 20 points both games last week, and I think it's her 4th or 5th time to have 20 points this year. So just talk about what's making her so successful this year, scoring-wise.
Trudy's very versatile. We can play her inside out, and I think that she's a very difficult matchup for a lot of people. So our job is just trying to figure out what the matchup is and how to put her in a position to be successful and give her credit. I mean, she gets to the foul line 12 times against Arkansas and is shooting the ball very, very well. I mean, she's being efficient. She's not taking a ton of shots to get her points. And when you're offensively efficient, you're going to be very successful. And she's just been aggressive. She's kind of one of those players that's always around the ball, wants the ball, and she's been very good for us.
This week you have Louisiana Tech in Ruston. Just talk about what you expect to see from them and how you expect to handle them.
Well, they've played a very tough schedule. They open the year at Virginia, have LSU, at South Carolina. I mean, so they've played some very tough teams. I think their record is at Ole Miss. I think their record, is probably indicative of the tough schedule they've played. They've got some talent. They're athletic. They're long. They've got some players that can really score. Frazier has been playing very well for them. She's very consistent, pretty much like a Trudy, can go inside out, can shoot the 3, as well as score inside the paint. Jackson, the freshman, has been very good on the perimeter for them as far as scoring-wise. And we've got some things that we think that we can run against them that'll be pretty good for us. We've got to get stops, not allow transition buckets, and then obviously defensive rebound well to give ourselves a chance to win on the road.
As a head coach, you've never had to face your alma mater before. What do you think the feelings will be like walking in there to face your alma mater?
Well, I have a lot of great memories of being a player there and a coach there, and we've got a ton of friends that still live in Ruston that we're very close to. But Wednesday night's all about Northwestern State going and getting a win, and coaching our kids and coaching our team and being able to produce. We'll cheer for Louisiana Tech every game all season long except for Wednesday night, and we hope for the purple will come out on top on Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Coach.